Well, a royal shakeup in Saudi Arabia. King Salman has promoted his 31-year-old son to become crown prince of the kingdom. Mohammed bin Salman was appointed on Wednesday, replacing the king's nephew, Mohammed bin Nayef, who was also the kingdom's counterterrorism chief. In addition to being the crown prince, Salman will serve as deputy prime minister and defense minister. The shift is sure to impact relations with other countries in the Middle East and the U.S. Eric Polofsky was a special assistant to President Obama. He was the senior director for North Africa and Yemen for the National Security Council. He joins me now from Washington. Eric, what does this shift mean for U.S. relations?
Well, Rena, I think this is a big deal. You've been a Middle East correspondent. This shift is generational for Saudi Arabia. It's a change in the direction. His predecessor as Crown Prince was a very determined counterterrorism expert, a very determined but measured and cautious steward of their foreign policy. And this is not the way the new Crown Prince does business. He's very aggressive. He plays on offense. No such thing as prevent defense approach for him. So I think we're going to see a very different foreign policy coming out of Saudi Arabia.
We're just hearing, Eric, now the President of the United States, President Trump, released a statement congratulating Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia on his recent elevation. We know that Saudi Arabia and Qatar are in a big battle right now, a big feud. What does this mean for that?
Well, you know, I think that crisis probably gave the Deputy Crown Prince some of the leverage to move into the Crown Prince role. I think he probably saw that offense was working for him on Qatar and decided to take the opportunity to move forward with this move. This is a long time coming. There was an effort by the Deputy Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, to move up in previous months. It didn't get very far. The Allegiance Council, which is responsible for the succession, at least in formality purposes, was not really open to that move. There were a lot of behind-the-scenes moves to move people aside, to offer people deals, to show that the Deputy Crown Prince could move up. And anybody who was willing to make a deal probably got one. Anybody who was not was probably moved aside. So I think Qatar was an opportunity for him to show his foreign policy chops. Right now, it doesn't look so good, but it was his way of moving forward.
He's 31 years old, Eric. He's replacing Mohammed bin Nayef, who's 57. Saudi Arabia has a young population. 2/3 of the people are under the age of 30. So what does this mean to have someone like him who is still very young, not fully experienced, but still representative of a population that's young?
Well, I think it's an opportunity. You know, we've been talking about the counterterrorism aspects of the loss on the Saudi side, losing Mohammed bin Nayef. But on the other side, Mohammed bin Salman, the new Crown Prince, he's been in charge of their economic portfolio. He's been in charge of their Vision 2030, which is designed to reform their economy. He's running the Saudi Aramco IPO. So he is, from the domestic side, someone who's vested in the future of the Saudi economy, which is what young people are worried about. They're worried about getting an education and having something to do with that education. So I think in some ways, from a domestic standpoint, it will be seen as an inspiring choice.
Do you think, Eric, this shift will in any way affect oil prices?
I think that's yet to be seen. Right now, oil prices are, not in great shape. It's been a real damage impact on the Saudi reserves. It's been not helping their economy or their government very much. So I think I would not hazard a guess as to whether this helps or hurts. I think fundamentally, on their foreign policy, I think the United States is going to have to be very careful to see what opportunities there are to overlap, but meter what they're doing. And on the domestic side, I think it will give young Saudis perhaps a little bit more confidence their government is at least angled in a way that it's hearing their concerns.
Eric Polofsky, thanks for joining us, Eric.
Happy to do it.